The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle, where you can access your full potential right now. Finally break free from destructive habits. That dream life, if you want it, you can have it. This is where you transform your health, mind, business, and relationships. Or do nothing and keep your life the way it is. But if you're ready for change, you're in the right place. This is where you're gonna learn how to live a habit-based lifestyle. You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's go.
All right, guys, I want to welcome you to part 2 of the Habit-Based Lifestyle and Business Secrets Show. Today, I have a very special guest, another one, and his name is Clayton Brassfield. He is a, what would you call yourself? Marriage coach?
Yeah, marriage relationship coach.
Yeah, so Clayton is a marriage and relationship coach. He's kind of new to the coaching, super passionate about it, but he came into our program because he was kind of struggling with getting clients, and he had tried another coaching program, and I thought it would be good to bring him on because a lot of the people we talk to inside of our groups are already working with coaches and maybe other industries or coaches and other ways of getting clients. And I thought it'd be good to bring him on because he's had a lot of success in a short amount of time inside of our program. But he's also had some major breakthroughs, not just in getting clients, but also in getting confidence. And, it's been super cool to watch that. So Clayton, can you talk a little bit about, just maybe a little background on you, man? What got you to kind of where you are today?
Yeah, I originally the goal was to become a marriage and family therapist because I had just sparked an interest in marriage and family relationships and just really loved it. And I want to make sure that I see that I'm able to help marriages really thrive. And so that was the goal. And I got out into the workforce and realized that I hated working for someone else. And so I found coaching as an option and really fell in love with that idea. And so I started my coaching business. And then it was just really slow to start. It just, I couldn't find any clients. I didn't really know how to find clients. And then that's when I started to find some coaching programs. And so I went with one program that I found, and it started out good. I thought it was going to be really helpful, but it was just so much stuff that they didn't really didn't explain it very well. And they didn't, it was kind of like, here's all this information, and then they throw you into the deep end of the pool before you really know how to swim. And so it just didn't really work, and I just didn't see any success from it. And then I found Habit-Based. And
yeah. So before we get into that, I want to kind of go back, because I think this is something that's really important for people is, you're passionate about coaching, you're passionate about helping people, you have this great knowledge and program. But the problem is man, how do I actually find the client I want to work with? How do they notice me and what I'm doing? Can you talk a little bit more about, what that was like to know, number one, hey, I know I can help people. I know I can get them results, but how the heck am I supposed to find people? Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think that's something that a lot of people really struggle with.
Yeah, I started out wanting to work specifically with engaged couples, and that was probably not the best decision, simply because most engaged couples, they don't have major problems, and they don't always see the the value in getting marriage education. And so I spent a lot of time just focused on that. And I just didn't really find anybody with that. And so it was when I kind of like started to switch my mindset that I can work with married couples as well as engaged couples. And that like slowly came over time, but it was difficult to figure out because I had some people tell me like, well, demographics, like where they live, don't really matter, and things like this. And so it was really difficult just finding anybody that would, first of all, admit that they have marriage problems, and to find people that were just interested in doing some type of coaching.
Okay. So kind of fast forward is, how long did you kind of try it on your own before you actually got help with the other coaching program that you're in? And you can say it, I mean, it's fine. But like, how long did you try it on your own before you actually, found a coach?
Yeah, I did probably about, it was probably about 2 or 3 months, I think, before I reached out to the coaching program. And then I did that one for a month and a half, 2 months, I think. So yeah, I did it for a little bit on my own before I was like, I don't know what to do.
Sure. So you get into another coaching program, you make a pretty significant investment of 10K, and inside of the time that you were there, you said, hey, I felt like I got a lot of information, but no one really gave me a system. No one really gave me, hey, here's exactly what you need to do. So what was that like, man, to make that significant investment and then not really see the fruit of that?
It was really, really frustrating. And it was really hard for me to make the investment into HBL, just because I felt like, the people that I talked to at the beginning, they had promised like, oh yeah, like any business, it doesn't matter what you do, you can be making like 20K within 2 months, within a month, and things like this. And I was just like not seeing anything. And the biggest thing was like they taught you to like go into groups and like just make comments and posts and these things in groups. And like when I did everything that they were telling me to do, and when I still wasn't seeing it, they just said, well, you need to get into more groups. You need to be posting in like 20 groups a day. And I was like, I've been doing like 5 groups a day, and it takes up my entire day. And so it was really frustrating. And I guess you could say I had like trust issues because of it. Like when I found HBL, my wife was on the call with me, and she was like really open to it. She's like, this sounds way better. Like we should do this. And I was like, yeah, but the last people like said the same stuff. They said that they were going to get results, and we wasted $10,000, and our savings is slowly going, And so it was really scary and just really hard to make that investment again.
Right. And so I remember being on the first, I think it was the second call, and, I think you said, hey, I got more out of this call than I'd gotten out of the entire time I was in the other program. And that was before you even signed up. Can you talk a little bit about, maybe what was said to give you that kind of like change?
Yeah, I think a few things that helped. Like one was you were very like straightforward with me, but you were also very realistic. Like with the other program, like they kind of made it sound like, well, you have this high ticket offer and you should sell it at like $3,000 right off the bat. And so I was confident in the fact that I could sell it at that much, but I wasn't really confident in myself at selling it that much. And you like asked me like, how much, like, are you confident at selling it at that price? And I was like, well, yeah, I think so. And you're like, you're not confident. You just called me out right there. And it started to open my mind like, well, you know, I haven't sold any clients at this price point. And, you know, maybe I need to dial it back a little bit and actually put it at a price point that I feel comfortable with to actually get that first client. And then I can work my way back up. And so it's just little things like that, just like being very honest with me, but also being realistic at the same time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me ask you this, man. You've got into our program. What was one of the differences that you noticed right away, compared to kind of the other program that you were in? What was like the biggest shift for you, like in that first 30 days?
I think the biggest shift is like the personalized like coaching, because like if I need you to hold my hand, like you're there to hold my hand. And like with each call, like, you know, there's specific calls where you like work with the men in the group and you work with the women, and you have like a mindset day and all these different things. And they had things similar to that in the other program, but it was like somebody was on Facebook live in the group, and then they would just be talking about something and maybe answering some questions, but it wasn't personalized. Whereas with HBL, like you go through each of the people in the group and in the program, and you're like, hey, like what's working, what's not working, and then you give like personalized feedback. And so just like simple things like that. And another thing that was really nice too is like I was like the first month that we signed up, like we were on a road trip, and so we were super busy. But you still reached out to me and you're like, hey, like make sure, like I haven't seen you on a lot of the calls, so make sure that you're participating at a high level and you're going to get the results. And so when I really made that shift and like really jumped in and got on like every call, there was, you know, confidence increase, there was engagement increase, and it just made a big difference right away.
Yeah. So these are all like great points, right? You get in the program, you're getting what we call customized coaching. So a lot of times people think, hey, I'm in a program, I get group coaching, which means one person talks and everybody else just kind of listens. But what we really try to do is customized coaching, which means you're in a group setting getting customized coaching for your business specifically, so that you can take what you need from the call and go execute. Um, so there's that side of it. What's been a result that maybe you didn't expect to get out of this program, but that you've gotten?
I think for me, it's been just the increase in confidence, because I don't think I realized how like not confident I was at the beginning. And just like getting that help and seeing success, like I expected to see some results, but then like the confidence increase, like you can see it in my copywriting, you can see it in my videos, you can see it in each aspect of the business. And so for me, it was just like a total 180 and increase in confidence that I wasn't expecting, that has been really helpful and really nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I think not only myself, but everybody in the group, I think they always compliment you on just how much of a change you've made in your content, in your confidence, and just how you present yourself now versus even, just a couple months ago. And, that's been one of the really cool things to watch too, is just that transformation also.
Yeah, and
So
it feels really good too when I have the other people in the group. They're like, hey, like your posts look great, this is awesome. It feels really good, and that having other people around you, like lifting you up like that is really awesome.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about the community aspect. So I know you've hit on, hey, coaches are there, they support you, they, help customize things, but what's the community aspect like? Because not everybody in our program is, a marriage coach.
Mhm.
So what is it like having, people in different industries?
It's really cool to see how like even these businesses that I think are probably more successful than mine, or it's easier to find clients in, like they still have the same struggles that I go through. And so I'm able to connect with them on that level, because it's like, well, even though like this person has been in business so many more years than me, and they have so much more experience, like they still have the same problems, and like their problems and the solutions that they find can help me in my problems as well. And so it's cool to be able to see what everybody else is going through, and see their struggles as well as their wins, and be able to support each other in that aspect, and just feel like I'm not alone, but there's other people with me.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So biggest, result is you've signed up what, 3 clients, 4 clients?
Yeah, 3 clients. I think I got another one tomorrow, so we'll see.
Nice. So, and then confidence, obviously, unexpected result is huge, right? Because like confidence is what's going to sell. Let me ask you, what's been the most impactful thing you've learned in this program in the last 60 days for you?
I think for me, it's really been um, it's really been hit on a lot with like just being consistent, and keeping up with things, because as I've been consistent and I've put in the work and the effort, like at first it was like, well, this, I'm not really, I'm not getting any sales yet. I'm not really seeing what I'm hoping for, but it's just like one of those things where like it took a little bit of time. But then as I started to really build up my network, and build up what I was doing, then I've seen a lot more results. And that makes it easier to think like, well, if I stay consistent and I stick to the basics that I'm learning in the group, I do each type of post, I'm adding friends and things like that, then I'm going to continue to see more results. I'm going to have more people that are interested. And I've even had like a few people here and there reach out to me, instead of me reaching out to them. And so just seeing that consistency has made a huge impact for me.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, hey, I'm super proud of the results that you're getting, and then also just the momentum that you're building inside your program, because it's kind of like you've got the momentum now, and now you're like, man, I got sales calls every week. So it's been really cool to watch, that transformation. Um, Let me ask you one last question. So if someone was on the fence of joining this program, or maybe, they were in another coaching program that they invested in, but because they invested, they're still kind of married to that, what would you say to them?
I say, especially if you've been in another program and you're not seeing the results that they promised you, then there's something off. But the results that I've seen from HBL, um, if you're on the fence, like you need to get off of it and just go for it, because it's more than just like a business program. It really is a lifestyle change. It really is learning habits. And so it not only positively affects your business, but also your life. And so if you're on the fence, like you just need to take a chance and really just go for it, because it's going to be the best decision that you ever make for your business and for your life. Like my only regret is that I didn't find you sooner than I had, because it would have saved me a whole lot of pain and frustration. And so it really is just it's a huge decision, and I recognize that, but it's a huge decision that's going to pay off in the end.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, thank you so much, and really appreciate having you in the program, the value you bring, but also, the work you're doing and the changes that you're making in people's lives.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be here.
All right, man. Well, hey, keep that confidence going, and we'll look forward to seeing you sign up double the amount of people over the next 30 days.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, see ya.
Okay.
The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse